Now, Yam looking for APOC. Yam, the frag grenade definitely helped them win the round. They almost win the round there. Yam looking for APOC at the barrels, and he finds that Yam undoes the 1v3 there. Bit of panic for the Chiefs. Because, they were getting ecoed there. Or decode. And Chiefs survived the force buy. Great work by Yam there. I was going to say, Yam made that very doable with that frag grenade, because it put a lot of players down to like 43 and 20 HP, where, if he gets the initiative, he gets the one tap, he's able to sway it around purely in his favor. And, a lot of players walking wounded, and he just slots it in for 10. So, APOC dud. Oh, he forgot to buy a weapon there. 2 FAMASs, 2 M4s, and an MP9. APOC takes down Zeph in middle. On top can be thrown in towards long. Flashbang's gonna be thrown in, so APOC does have an AK. Not sure if that AK was intentional, by the way. Actually, I think, yeah, APOC must have brought up the AK. Just find it weird that APOC has no money and the AK has over 1D. Takes down APOC dud. This is looking pretty bad at the moment for the Chiefs. However, Yam, the initial pick, takes down 2, takes down the 3rd. And yeah, and Humongous from middle cleans up the rest. 11th round there. We probably missed out the other action as well with Hugh cleaning up middle with the MP9. And that was looking really, really bad for the Chiefs there, but bam, within a few seconds, all 5 players just annihilated. 3 AKs, a Galil and an AWP versus 3 M4s and 2 MP9s. Big round for Avant here. Avant need to get this round on the board. Yam with the M4 2-tap Sterling. Through the wall as well. It's a big round here for Avant because they need to make this work. The Chiefs have weaker weaponry. Hazard with the AK. Catches 2 people, but it's unable to convert. Molotov's getting thrown, and there are no players here. Flashbang's gonna... Oh, Hazard does take the head off APOC dud. Training utility at the moment. Yeah, holding on to CT. Yeah, I'm just gonna boost up Vexite. Vexite doesn't spot anything. Flashbang goes up, they're going up short instead. They would have heard that. Grenade can be thrown in. Fuse gone down. Grenade thrown in, but Vexite does no damage in the end. And it's just Yam and Zeph left over. Bomb planted for short. I don't think the Chiefs are going to go for this. I think they're going to go to the B site to save. It's going to be an 8th round for Avant. Big round for Avant. They need to win that because they have the much better weaponry. And, if they lost there, they lose the AKs, they lose the AWPs. And Chiefs can build up on their lead. But instead, Avant going to have the 8th round on the board. Actually, he's been banned before, and he said he wouldn't do it again. You can just get banned. Terrorists win. Like, guys, if you go to my unban appeals and be like, I will never do it again, and then you do it again, you're gonna get rebanned. Okay? Like, seriously. I've got a notepad document here of all the people I've unbanned for spoilers, and you were one of them that said you would never spoil again, and then immediately posted in chat a spoiler. Like, seriously. 4 AKs and AWP. And Chiefs with a scout. 1 FAMAS and 3 M4s. Zeph with the M4. So it's going to be thrown in. Hazard with the AK. Looking towards us at the moment. Zeph, yeah, almost takes down Sterling. Sterling missing a few shots here. Not sure how, actually. Might have been just, whiffing a bit. Or not going through the door. But yeah, I guess everything pick. Next site's going to hear a lot of information here as players chuck grenades around. He knows a few players are hanging around middle at the moment. Another flashbang being thrown in. Afternoon. Hiding in short. Avant, Chiefs with a player's advantage. Now, we're going to go to Hugh. There's going to be some action here very shortly. Double peek. Oh, beautiful shot by APOC. It was looking very, very good there for Hugh. And Yam takes down, has a quick shot from Apoc Dud with a scout. Takes down Afternoon. Now, Vexite throwing a frag grenade in, trying to do any damage he can. Does damage Apoc further and Versa just a bit. Does a very good scout shot by Apoc to hold him to the side. Because if he loses that duet short, that's the A-bomb site gone. Zeph behind enemy lines at the moment, going through middle. And going to try and trap them in towards long. Apoc Dud picks up an AK. A scout not going to be that great. No, it's supposed to be thrown in. Vexite's got a gap. And he could probably fit a truck through it. And Vexite does take down Versa. Now it's just Apoc left over. And Apoc Dud at Ninja. Dragonade's going to be thrown over towards the car angle. Damage Apoc a bit more. And Apoc does yield out a shot. Will Vexite go for it though? Vexite in pursuit. And it's going to be a 12th round for the Chiefs as they pick up AKs and other weapons. Yeah, watch for Apoc as well. But Apoc will stay alive. $12-8 on the board. The Chiefs in the lead on the advanced map pick. It's Apoc versus Apoc God, okay? Not dude, God, okay? That's what chat want me to call him now, okay? But either way, overall, probably a timeout from Avant. Because they have a situation here at the moment. Because the Chiefs are getting on top. That last round basically was silenced by, well, when Apoc does scout shot and Vexite, you know, using the gap to his advantage. Chiefs showing why the #1 seed. Yam having a splendid game at the moment. Yam has been, you know, probably the crux for a lot of Chiefs victories here. On advanced map pick. 23 kills already. Now, the Chiefs, on the other end, they're looking for the B bomb site. Zeph's got to be careful here. Their closest person's in middle, and he's going to have a bit of trouble as well. Zeph with the M4, takes down Hazard, going towards safe, puts the smoke down so he can't be mollied. Apoc Dud coming through middle, might be taken out shortly though. He's attacked from behind, and Zeph gets a few more, and Zeph just cleans up the site, gets a 3K, drops the bomb at car. And Apoc, last one left, making a lot of noise, so they know he's here. Flashbang goes out, and Apoc sends him back to Davy Jones's locker, and it'll be a 13th round for the Chiefs, and that was a beautiful round from Zeph there. Because Zeph had, you know, enemies all around him. Using that smoke early to make sure the Molotov won't force him out of place. Wait for, you know, Apoc Dud to come back in and back him up. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to buy time. Buy as much seconds as you can so your team can rotate over and clean out positions. Flashbang going to be thrown over towards long. Hugh. Anti-eco coming in. Flashbang goes up. Hugh. Bit lucky there, but Apoc might be able to get to 1D, and he does. Quick peek, Hugh straight to the back of the skull, and he goes down. Apoc Dud on the other end, holding long with the AWP. Could be a speed boost coming in for Avant. Will they flash Zeph in? They will. Fragment being thrown in by Vexite. Vexite looks towards short. Could have a shooting gallery here. And in the end, it's only for 2. Actually, it's a 2-for-2 trade in the end, and Yam goes down as well. And Afternoon has brought this back to a 3v1. They picked up 2 AKs out of this. And Apoc Dud, he's just got to stop the cross potentially. Gonna check middle. No one's in middle. And I think he might want to check the B bomb site, but they sneak through. Bomb's being planted, he heard that. Apoc Dud lining up for others. Takes down Versa. Afternoon doesn't like the trade. Pop flash going in. Afternoon ready for it. And that's kind of a hit and hope at that point. Avant will get 9. Gotta say, a bit of a deco there. Great deco by Avant, especially in the trade area where Vexite got 2 kills. They're able to trade out 2 for 2 and pick up a few AKs to go into the B bomb site with. No, this is the private IP. You can't watch it. So give me timeout from, I assume, Avant again. Not sure what they're talking about. Maybe trying to figure out where the economy situation of the Chiefs are. I'm not entirely too sure. I like Apoc's profile picture. Oh. There's a lot of orgs doing this, okay? Even Noobster has one of Ground Zero, where they try to draw the logo. But either way, Flashbang's being thrown over towards long, and the Chiefs have just gone up short instead with the pistols. You're gonna find nothing down here. Zeph's heard some noises towards long. Let's see if they can distract him long enough. Apoc Dud being the sacrificial lamb. Zeph poking and prodding, takes down Verza. AK will be picked up and a smoke. And now Avant just going for the bomb side to spot Apoc Dud. What's not being thrown in, and Ofnu just basically annihilates Apoc Dud in the end. And a bomb will be planted for long as Ofnu dials in the numbers. Flashbang being thrown in. 4 AKs and an AWP. 2 AWPs and M4s on the board. A1 quick peek takes down Yam. Burst up with the AK. Takes down Hugh. 2 opening picks for Avant so far. Great opening picks as well. Both long and short defenders are gone. And in the end, Apoc Dud can't hold short by himself as Hasna and Apoc force it through. Now it's just to the last long defender of Vexite. Vexite's going to peek out, and Apoc already has his number. Unfortunately, Vexite does live a little tap onto Apoc in the end. Ofnu looking towards the B bomb side. And takes out Zeph, the B defender. Zeph in 2 mines, and Ofnu is going to pick up a few nades. And, well, Vexite, I'm not sure where he's going to go, because Ofnu can go back to T-spawn and take Vexite out as well. Vexite's got to be careful here. In the end, Vexite does win the duel against Ofnu. Now it's going to be taking on Apoc. Apoc's lurking around because he can't reveal himself given the fact that Vexite would win in a duel. Now they're looking for Vexite. And Vexite's checking uppers. Will he spot Apoc? They're playing a bit of hide and seek here. Apoc can't find him either. Apoc, jump peeking. Doesn't see Vexite. So we 11th round on the board for Avant. Guys, what did I say about typing 1 round before? You'll get timed out, just in case you guys are wondering. USPs, P250s, D, and an AK on Vexite. Vexite's saving that AK, quite remarkably actually. Pop flash can be thrown in towards long by Sterling. And well, no one's defending long, so Avant should have this pretty easily. Flashbang going towards Car as well. Takes down Yam at Car, as Yam was trying to just back out. Sterling takes down Vexite, and the Chiefs going to all roll around to A long. AK picked up by Hugh, thrown back to his teammate. Deal being thrown up to Apoc Dud. I'm going to say that's some ingenious pistol throwing scores there. And the AK as well. Nice molly, which one? I didn't see any NA mollies, but oh well. Either way, oh damn, they got a few kills there. Sterling and Hazard takes down Strongest and Zeph. Apoc Dud with the Deagle, trying to get the player, and oh, Pete, he does take down Sterling in the ball in the end. And in the end, doesn't really matter too much as a fight. It's got too many players, too many rifles, and it'll be 13-12. It never happened, okay? That Molotov never happened at all, just in case you guys are wondering. It was fake. It was something that was made up. But yeah, that was a bit of a Monka-esque molly, but oh well. In the end, doesn't really matter too much for Avant. Flashbang can be thrown in towards short, and Apoc does get blinded for a split moment. Apoc senses that Zeph is in this location at crevice in the end. Apoc wins the duel with the wallbang. Smoke's going to be thrown in towards for the B split. And they are going to go for the B split. Vexite's going to push it, though. He's going to get the 2. Oh, he catches Apoc with a nade out. And Vexite, oh, well. Apoc's going to probably get it done. His goose is indeed cooked. Vexite likes it. Well done. And Apoc, well, needs to be roasted and toasted. Apoc done holding middle. Oh, collateral Versa and Sterling both go down. They're going to go for Apoc dud here. Vexite loses his head, quick flick. Apoc dud takes down Hazard. And that is going to be an Apoc dud special. The Chiefs cooking some Avant at the moment. Spicy Avant. Mwah. What a dish from Apoc dud. Avant do not like this. That's what they're saying. Great work by Apoc dud there to hold middle. Especially with the AWP as well. Beautiful collateral. Beautiful quick flick. They just can't stop him. Frag and A can be thrown in towards short. That was great. Yeah, that was indeed great. I definitely enjoyed that. So did Apoc dud. I think he enjoyed getting on top of Sterling there. Sterling has been a thorn in his side, I bet. Waltucky thrown towards short. Apoc ate his Vegemite, for sure. Definitely. Apoc dud's a huge supporter of Vegemite. Molotov's gonna be thrown into the crevice. After, well, he's not gonna find any Chiefs in the crevice there, just outside the doors. Now Vexite creeping in, pop flash goes up. It's getting only 1-for-1. Sterling on the rear guard, wasn't flashed at all. Flash being picked up by Hazard. They go for the A bomb site. Hugh on ramp. Flashbang's going to be thrown in, trying to blind some of the Avant players, trying to delay the inevitable, which they're going to execute from short. Now Yam coming down through unders, he's just pushed through. Molotov's been thrown in, Apoc dud, quick flick, misses. However, they push from Avant, it still keeps going off through, takes down Hugh on ramp. Now they go check behind him, Sterling already watching, and jeez. That execute was brutal. Not even the flank from Yam could do anything. Sterling was just already watching short. And it's going to be 14-13. And Chiefs, well, they're going to have an eco here. Sorry, I should say it slowly for the Avant players. Eco. The CZs, the Eagles. Just in case you're wondering why I'm saying eco slowly, it's because Avant have lost an eco. Well, I lost an eco to Deagles and CZs, so, you know, a bit traumatic. But I don't think they'll lose to this one. Apoc, yeah, it's going to be pretty easy. Hughes caught jumping at balcony. Apoc's just going to drill them all down. And it's going to be a 14th round for Avant. That's pretty much it. That's literally the round. Like, Bomb's going to be planted for long. And, yeah. Well. So, guys, how have you been going today? How have you guys been going today? What did I have for breakfast? I don't eat breakfast. But either way, can they get some weapons here? Oh yeah, with the USB, it's actually dinked off now. Gotta keep running, because they don't want to give any AKs away to Chiefs. Yam goes down. Now Vexite with the USB. It's actually another thing. Versa's gone down actually. And Vexite could get another weapon here. Takes down Oftu. Can he stag the AK in the end? He's going for the dinks. But in the end, Vexite loses. Does grab 2 kills already. With the USBs. You know what, Shah? Guess what? Stop spoiling matches. And if you're going to complain about it, then in the future, don't spam scores. Flashbang's going to be thrown in towards long. Afternoon. Going to just back out towards alternate pits. Dodging all these flashes. I mean, I think there's fireworks outside with the amount of flashes that have been, you know, thrown in at this moment. And Vexite and Hugh both go down in those fireworks. Especially 3 one-taps as well. But geez, how many flashes were thrown? Like 10 to 12? And Sterling also got a pick as well at car. Afternoon at alt pit. Oh, at pit, sorry, not alt pit. Gonna throw a deep smoke towards CT. Gotta be careful though, because Zeph is moving in to hold from car. Sterling picked off by Zeph. And that's what I was afraid of there, but APOC, with a quick trade, often legged by APOC Dud. Smoke's being thrown in. APOC Dud also throwing another smoke as well. Off now. Into the back of the side, trying to take down APOC Dud. 4v2, APOC Dud takes down Virtus Goose. Can he get another pick? He doesn't. And he's going to pay for that missed shot. And Hazard will take down APOC Dud with the burn, but Yam trades out. And then Hazard takes down Yam. It's going to be 15-14 to Avant. So give me timeout for the Chiefs. MP9s, like literally MP9s. I don't think they have M4s. Most likely Avant could 16-14 this. But you never know. You never know. Wait, X-Ban, you were here yesterday complaining about the same thing. Like, you couldn't believe that Ground Zero could win 9 in a row, and you were crying about the same thing. You gotta stop winching, man. So APOC already on 30 kills. Is this map 1? Indeed, this is map 1. 4 AKs and an AWP, 3 FAMASs and 2 MP9s. A lot of people guessing scores at the moment. Flashbang can be thrown over. Now, can this MP9 push hold? They're going for a fast B push, actually. It's going to be a lot of pressure. After taking out from behind by Vexite, has it to trade. Yam grabs one. It's only 2 for free. 3 for free, actually. So takes Hugh through the shoulder. That's going to be 16-14 to Avant. And I'm going to say, very, very close game there. Very, very close game there between both sides. I was getting a bit scared for Avant. Because Avant, you know, Chiefs were slowly but surely building a massive, massive lead. But the CT side economy comes back in and just essentially trips up the Chiefs where they go from buys, half buy, half buy. The cycle continues. You know, where they have to buy, they lose, half buy, they lose, and, you know, just happens over and over again. Dude, Waydax, man, like, dude, you complain so much, like, non-stop, dude. Like, this ban is, like, telling you to just go away, because all you do, man, is I can check my messages here, and all you've been doing is whinging 3T2 and just molding non-stop. You did this during the Ground Zero game, where you were like, how did Ground Zero win 9 rounds in a row? It happens, this is CSGO. Comebacks do occur, believe it or not. Like, you know, it was a very, very close game. It was 16-14. It's the closest you can get. But I've got to say, you know, there was a lot of, you know, CT side economy is absolute rubbish in this game. And this is what can happen over and over again, is where you have that T side economy. That's why I said earlier in the half that I don't think 8-7 is going to do it for the Chiefs, because this cycle can just happen easy peasy, where you go to a buy, you lose the buy because you don't have enough utility, because you only get about 4 or 5k back. And then it keeps over and over and over and over and over again. And if I just got, you know, Chiefs stuck in that little loop, where like the Chiefs were just going to M4s and maybe AWP and maybe just 2 flashes or anything like that. And, you know, the economy was just dead essentially. Like, that was pretty much it. Rooster players? No, they didn't get banned for match fixing. They got banned for betting related offenses, which is betting on your own game or other people's games. Which is what they got suspended for. The match fixing ones are to be determined, I believe. 2 seconds, guys. But yeah, you know, overall, like, checking the stats here, I think APOC had a very, very good game. Like, very, very good game overall. What does your mention prevent such CT sites? I mean, suggestions? It happens a lot. Yeah, it does happen a lot. I don't think there's many preventions. I think saving weapons is very, very, very important. Just an FYI. Very, very important saving. Like, you just got to save weapons when you can and when it's a good time to do so. And try to, like, you know, get as many, like, you know, AK pickups on the half buys and stuff like that and try to save them. Like, that's pretty much it, unfortunately. Now, overall, I go check the stats page. So overall, APOC had 127 ADR, so kind of deserved it. Virza had one of the most off games I've seen him have in quite a while. He had 40 ADR. And, overall for the Chiefs, Hugh didn't have a great game either. And, it's between Yam, Vexide, Zeph, and APOC dud. I've got to say, Chiefs for the ADR, I'm a bit surprised that they were that close at 14-16, to be honest. Given the average ADR, well, actually, it's about 5 below Avant's. But overall, APOC was probably the main player there with 127 ADR. Celery, you can just go out, man. All you've been complaining about, man, like if you don't enjoy watching Australian CS, you got to stop watching Australian CS, okay? This is going to help you so much in life because you are getting stressed out over nothing, okay? Anyways, we're going to go to map 2 base, by the way, which is going to be Nuke. And, I got to say, Chiefs could recover on this, but overall, the last few times they've played Nuke, I'm going to say that's 1-1 between Avant and Chiefs. So Avant can, funnily enough, sneak away with maybe a 2-0 here, potentially. Maybe a 2-0. What do you guys think about that? Could it be 2-0? I typed in the wrong team, by the way. Whoops. There we go. But yeah, it could be a 2-0 here for Avant. And it could happen. Given the fact that, last time that Avant played the Chiefs here, I think Chiefs won 16-8, and Avant have been the Chiefs 16-7 on Nuke. So it's going to be pretty close here for Nuke. Nuke, though, I don't think it's going to be close as a scoreline, but it's going to be close on whoever's going to be able to get the clean set of heals and get their team over the line. Now, of course, APOC, in good form at the moment, is very, very, very good form on Dust too. Virza, I think, what's going to happen, I think Avant or the Chiefs might have a bit of a timeout, probably most likely the Chiefs. Just, use that map break, probably 5-10 minutes between maps, just to really just take a deep breath and, reset and get back into it, basically. And that's what, they're going to have to do here. That's just reset and get back into it. Because, it's kind of fact of the matter that they lose a close game 16-14. May have been a lot of focus there. Chiefs, they did have a 5-round lead on the CT side, 13-8. And, they obviously lost the lead, and in the end, Avant were able to trail on, winning 8-1. And, I think overall, it's kind of a demoralizer there. So maybe have a quick break, have a drink of Mountain Dew, just really just relax and go into the next map, kind of refreshed and ready to go. That's what they can do in a scenario. So they've probably done as I said here, just in case you guys are wondering. I think they're really only Avant that are really good to go there after winning 8 rounds in a row. I think I'm going to say, I think that, if they do, take a break between maps, I'm going to say it's going to probably benefit the players that didn't do so well in the last game, being Virza, because Virza was effectively just getting smashed left, right, and center in the last map. It wasn't pretty to see. Chiefs showed a very great game. Yeah, Chiefs played pretty well there. It's just the CT side. They got caught in the cycle of the CT side economy, where they just couldn't get around the board, and Avant's lead kept getting greater and greater and greater. And they had full nade set, AKs, armor, you name it, they had it. And when you get into those buy scenarios as a CT side, when you lose your half buy, don't save anything or anything like that, you're really working with just M4s, maybe AWP and a body armor. You're not working with the full shebang when you're versing a T side with flashes, smokes, and molotovs as well. That sort of thing. That's the biggest issue for many CT side economies, is that when they go into that buy after that half buy cycle, they get deagles and they lose, they have about 2k, 2.6k. They buy in, and let's relatively they have about 5k, which is M4 armor and a few nades here and there. And that's the issue they get stuck in there, is that they don't have the utility to really match up against the T side most times. So that's been the issue at times with some of the CT side economies, that they don't have the utility to hold off the T side until about let's just say, probably a minute or maybe 40 seconds around. So still a bit of practice being done here. Still waiting for, I believe, all of Avant. Oh no, I think we're waiting for... Oh no, they're all in here. If I change it to Malps, dude, then no one will get the joke about Malps. Like, then no one will get the joke. They'll just be like, lol, Malps. But anyway, we're getting to knife round here. The Chiefs will suddenly all go tumbling down, and Avant will pick the CT side most likely. So Avant will likely pick the CT side of Nuke. Nuke is slightly CT sided, given that all these closed angles, very short angles, where the MP9s, the CZs, like the CT side on Nuke can realistically win half buys with CZs, MP9s, and Deagles, because the map is so closed, short, and windy, where you can, you know, in the squeaky angle, you can probably get 2 kills. Like generally, in the hut area, like if you're on top of hut with CZ and they come piling through squeaky, you can probably get 2 kills before they can trade you out, realistically. So, but either way, pistol round coming in, CZ on APOC, and talking about CZs, they pick one up, and well, a nuke grenade kit, frag grenades, and smokes being thrown in as they charge into the A bomb site. Can they get the kills they need? 3 players on A bomb site. Zeph ripped a few heads off, and it's gonna be a 3-for-1 deal, but APOC makes it a 3-for-2 deal. Hugh takes down APOC coming from trophy room. It's not a 15-minute pause between that. I think it's 5 or 10 minutes the most. Offnu does get 2 in the end. Now it's a 1-on-1 against Zeph. Oh, great work, Offnu. And Offnu will clutch a 1v3 against Chiefs there. And great 2 1-taps, and Offnu winning the 1v1. And that's going to be a first round to Avant. That was a bit unexpected. Chiefs will force up. And Chiefs not going to like that, because the pistol rounds matter a lot on Nuke for the T side. Like, they matter quite a bit. This is what's going to sting the Chiefs the most. But either way, Offnu makes it happen. Gets Avant 1-0 on the board. Galil's AKs and a Deagle. Force up from the Chiefs. Very expected on Nuke. Famas's M4s and MP9. Avant already guessing a force up. Like, already guessing a force up. MDL pauses between maps, usually 5 minutes, just in case you guys are wondering. Stealing at Big Garage, takes down Vex site, and that's one of the Galils on the ground. It's a good start. They know he's in there, they might flash him out and take him out. And APOC's holding Mini. With the Galil takes down Stealing, APOC trades out. And Zeph coming towards ramp. Hugh takes down APOC and Zeph takes down Offnu. This could be a switch to the B bomb site, given the fact that all the B defenders are now gone. Except Verza, of course, in the vents. Hugh. Checking Mini. Now, they're going to go down towards the B bomb site. Verza's creeping in. Hugh with the bomb. Can be traded out for Verza. Verza's at a good angle now, by the way. Verza gets everything kicked. Traded out by APOC Doug. So you see what I mean about, you know, the CT side, even on half buys, can realistically win the rounds. Like with an MP9 there, you see that like basically Verza got an MP9 kill before anyone could essentially react to it. Auto and Ryan have not played yet, by the way. Zeph with the AK takes down Hazza. Force buy win for the Chiefs there. And a very important force buy to win there. Now, Avant will force buy, given the fact they have a double eco. So probably CZs and Deagles will be coming up. Gotta say, great execute on the B bomb site. I've got to say, that execute by Zeph. Basically, they cleaned out CT lobby. They also cleaned out the ramp defender. And I was expecting a B site hit, given that Versa was really the only B site defender. Smokes and flashes being thrown in. Hugh trying to hold outers with a Mac 10. Force buy coming in for Avant. No CZs, just P250s and Deagles. Versa gunning Mini. Hugh's already made his way down towards Secret. I was going to say Team Secret, but they're not playing today. Mortal's getting thrown in towards Stairs by Hugh. And looks like they're going to go to ramp. Apoc does take down Sterling, so they're going to go towards ramp quickly. Hugh making sure no players rotate through Mini or rotate towards Secret. And they're just going to crash in here. They should hear the vent noises if any vent noises come up. Ooh, Smoke hits his own teammate. It's a AU Smoke. And Apoc Dad hits a few teammates away. Gonna burn a bit Apoc there. Apoc Dad holding double doors. And well, Apoc does trade out, takes down Yam. But it's a 3-for-1 trade to the Chiefs. 1 D5 burst coming out from Toxic. And Apoc Dad to trade. It's gonna be second round on the board for the Chiefs. And a Deagle picked up. So as I said before, like, it's very, very important here to win these T-pistol rounds, you know, on Nuke. Because if you don't win those pistol rounds, it's going to be very, very hard to win 5 rounds on the T side at least, or 6 rounds on the T side at least, with, you know, with weapons alone, basically. Like, with, you know, with AKs on the gun round against, you know, a CT side on Nuke. Kind of difficult. Mac 10 with Hugh once again. Apoc with a USP, looking towards T silo. He spots one player on Mini roof, and they're going to jump down right away because they saw Apoc. Off to takes down Yam on CT lobby roof. Hazard will pick up the Mac 10. Flashbang's being thrown in, and Hazard can't see anything. No gap in the smoke. Zeph at T vents, quickly trade out by Hazard. Zeph had the grenade in his hand, and they're going to hear a lot of players going down towards the big bomb site, and I don't think they have any access here. They'll be planning for safe. Vexite takes down Apoc. Grenade coming in. Could be a Kobe, actually. That's a lot of damage. They line up. Vexite does take down Sterling in the end. And this is very good from the Chiefs here. Trying to do as much damage as they can before they can pile on the side of the Mac 10s. Hugh at Stairs. They double pick at the Mac 10s. And Hugh got a bit of an easy farm here. It'll be a 3rd round for the Chiefs. Yeah, exactly. 3 letters. Like, that's the moment when I saw Chiefs planting that bomb. I'm just like, yeah, this is going to be forced by next round. And this is where, this is also, like, you know, CT economy can get trapped in this as well. Like, as you see here, like, look at Afternoon, look at Versa, look at Hazard, look at Apoc, and look at Sterling, okay? Look how much nades they have. Okay? This is what I'm talking about, where the CTs can get trapped here. Is that they're working with little utility, as Sterling takes on Apoc Dart through Squeaky. Zeph takes off Versa off hard, takes towards Mini, no one's there, and Zeph will go back in the end. But you can see what I'm talking about there, when they're working with limited utility. As Ofnu takes down Hugh with a 2-tap, bombs dropped, and I'm not sure if Ofnu saw that or not. Apoc with the M4. Zeph has snuck in towards Secret. He's got to take out 2 players, though, before we can make this, you know, plant a reality. It's 4v2. Avant slightly favoured. Zeph going for a big garage. Can he catch anyone, though? Heard a step, so off to, unless he quick flicks over towards big garage, he's going to lose his head in a few seconds. Now Zeph sneaks around. Off to trades out. Great work by Off to there. Now Vexite in a 1v3. He's trying to find a outside player. Picks up the bomb. Might go to the B bomb site. Going to throw a smoke over so he can't be spotted. And off to, can he peek out this time? Maybe. Vexite catches Sterling, but off to trade. The 2nd round for Avant. So what I was talking about there, like, you see what I mean, like the utility that Avant had to work with? Not much utility, but look at the utility now Avant have to work with, okay? Okay, Ver's got an MP9. Maybe that's a bit of a joke, but they've got a bit more utility this time. So they can match the utility of the Chiefs. Like in previous rounds, they had, like, you know, how many nades? They had about 2 to 3 nades each, other than the AWPer. They had about 11 nades. And now they have a bit more that they can work with. And welcome to the channel, Devo. Versa. The Guardian of Hut Roof with the MP9. Apoc on ramp, gonna throw a flash over. Now, let's see what the Chiefs are thinking of doing here. They've got outside control so far. Is this a major final? Yes. We'll just say yes. Even though it isn't. It's the ESEA MDL League upper bracket final. Winner will go into the grand final, have a map advantage. So, a lot on the line here. And Avant already won up in the series. Quick 2-tap on Zeph. Good peek there from Hazard. Bit unexpected. Molotov going to be thrown in towards Secret. Vexite going to throw the flash over as well for Mini. Actually, it's going to be for Big Garage. Off to picked up from Heaven, takes down Vexite. Off to on Heaven, they know he's here. Off to trying to go for a one tap, just using Sterling to help out as well, and there's no Secret smokes. So it's going to be another win here for Avant, unless Yam can do a 1v5. Sterling caught in CT locker room. Almost catches out off to. Are the grand finals being played tonight? No, because the lower bracket finals, they're going to be played. I think maybe, I'm not sure actually. Yam takes down Versa, checks for off to. Yam takes down Hazard, and Yam is going to be caught out by APOC. Yam was making it doable there. He took out 3 players. But APOC, good flank, unexpected. Winner of this series goes to the grand final. Grand final's not being played tonight because there's going to be another BO3 tomorrow, which I believe is the lower bracket final, and then consolidation final, then the grand final, I believe. I'm not totally too sure. There is a timetable somewhere on the ESEA website, which shows you when. Eco coming in for the Chiefs. The P250 is Yam. Ragnar's going to be thrown in. Versa might get a Kobe here, but Yam backs off. Hazard with the M4, tracks the foot of Yam. Not going to sneak under there, unfortunately. Fragner going to be thrown in towards Hut, trying to do any damage that he can. Versa, does he spot Vexite at T-Vessel? He almost loses his head there, and Vexite will go down in the end. Vexite keeping Versa on his toes. He with a deagle. Oh! Sterling goes down. Quick trade out. Trying to trade out in the end, but he does trade in the end to APOC after coming down from Heaven. And they're going to lose the bomb. APOC pops up, takes down Zeph. It's going to be 4-0, and AK being thrown around as well. And they keep 4 flashes. Like, you see what I'm talking about here, about the weapons that they've got? Like, look at the utility of Avant now. Like, usually when you're going through that half-buy cycle, you don't have a full set of nades. You have at least 2 to 3 nades. So, you know, Avant in a really good position at the moment. They're starting to build up a bit of a bank. Molotovs and smokes being thrown in. Nah, not really. CTs don't need too much utility. But it's generally the T side that needs a lot of utility on Nuke. Because they're going to do these Astralis smokes that I've set up here, where they smoked out Mini, Big Garage, and both some outers. And throws a deep frag grenade into his trophy room. Deals a bit of damage to Zeph, and that's about it. Great work by Sterling holding at CT locker room as Chiefs try to look to wrap around to the A bomb site. Sterling caught again. He legs Vexite. And Sterling lives to see another day. Zeph pushing in towards Trophy, pushes in towards Ramp, takes down APOC. They know Sterling's here, and they're waiting for him. Sterling does take down Yam. I've got to say, Sterling's taking some very critical kills here. Now Hazard, he wraps around from Mini, takes down Vexite. Now, Chiefs need to put the pressure onto Avant here. I don't know where any other player is at the moment. Molotov's going to be thrown in towards Control, and Oftu's in Dark, and I'm just waiting for Oftu to get a bunch of kills here. So Oftu knows one's in Control, one's planting safe, and Oftu will take down the bomb, and APOC does, and Hazard swings around to Control, takes down Zeph. It's going to be 5 rounds for Avant. Chiefs just been unable to break into the sites at the moment. They're causing no economy damage to Avant either. And it is the CT side of Nuke. Chiefs do have a few rounds to go until halftime. Like, technically on the moment, based on past scores being 10-5 on Nuke to the CT side, Chiefs, you know, are a bit ahead at the moment. But the recent rounds have been, you know, essentially just been pushed back and smashed by Avant at the moment. Trying to hold Hugh with the Tech 9. Trying to push further and further in. Now, spotted APOC. APOC goes down to Tech 9 of Hugh. Hugh does have the bomb. They might be able to get a plant, but Sterling will see to it that they won't get it. Kobe coming in potentially. No, Hugh doesn't trot in. And good work by Hugh there not to really just go for the greed and go for the big bomb site, but he's trapped now. They're thinking that Hugh may have moved in already. I think Hugh may have big brained this. He may have tricked the Avant lineup that he's moving in. Hugh. Wide peeks into Sterling, takes Sterling down, but traded out by Offner in the end. 6th round on the board for Avant. Now, Avant were thinking this. Avant thought that Hugh had crept into the B bomb side. That's why one of the players vented down. And, like, you know, they were thinking that he went in here. They were never thinking that Hugh was still here. Like, they were never thinking that he was still there the entire time. So that's what happened there. That's what Avant was a bit confused about. Because they're like, where did he go? Like, they didn't know. They thought he went down to the B bomb site because, you know, they threw the nade down there. Timeout by Chiefs, obviously, because Chiefs, well, the round's slipping away at the moment. Well, the match is slipping away at the moment. Because you got to realize, like, you know, if Hugh ran down to B, maybe the HE grenade didn't do enough damage, so they weren't too sure. So they were like, okay, hang on, guys. Maybe he's gone down to the B bomb site. Which team's closest to Renegades level? I'd say Chiefs was the original lineup previously with Offnu and Soju. But I'd say at the moment it's a toss-up between those 3 teams now. Molotov can be thrown in. Smokes and flashes being thrown in now as well. Apoc done with the orb, catches Verse and trying to sneak in through mini. And Hazard with the trade takes down Zeph. Sprays through more to Squeaky. Now Yam. Trying to sneak in. He knows Hazard's at CT vents. Yam will go down to the vents because he can. Actually, he approaches forward as well and picks up with a flash in his face. Takes down Sterling. Bit unexpected, actually. I thought they were going for the vents because they had a good location. Off to pops out of heaven, takes down Yam, takes down the bomb planter in Vex as well. Looking towards Hut, but taken out by Hugh in the end. Now it's just up to Apoc, and I think Apoc is the ramp defender, given the fact they've gone towards Trophy Room. Now Apoc. So Apoc got the bomb inside. He doesn't. Apoc's at mini. They might wrap around to the A bomb site. Probably a good idea, actually, because they might be able to take out Apoc if they wrap around onto the A bomb site through heaven. Apoc done. Just looking at all the areas. Just checking heaven as well. They've got 39 seconds to plant the bomb. Apoc now going down to Toxic. He's not too sure where they're going with the bomb. Chiefs, they haven't recovered the bomb. They're like so sure that Apoc is on the A bomb site. Hugh throwing a smoke. Flashbang can be thrown in. I'm going to realize very quickly that, oh yeah, the bomb's actually dropped in a really bad spot actually. Apoc will plant the bomb safe. Smokes will be thrown towards Hut. Apoc comes out the vent. Bomb's planted towards the A site. They have no idea where Apoc is. They have no information. Molotov can be thrown in, so you can probably realize that T vents. Apoc Dud's going to burn for a bit. Apoc wall bang the Hut. Apoc, 1v2, walks into the line of Apoc Dud. It's going to be a 4th round for the Chiefs. Jeez, a lot of big brain plays here. A lot of big brain plays. Both players were very, very worried of each other's angles. Like, very, very worried. They're like, okay, is Apoc Dud on the A bomb site? Apoc's like, oh, so is Apoc on the bomb site? And they're like, Apoc, he's on the B bomb site. I think they picked the bomb and planted it. I think it was more Chiefs being juked, actually. Chiefs are overthinking trying to recover that bomb. I know that recovering the bomb's hard. Apoc Dud takes down Versa and Mini again. I've got to say, Versa. Might have to change that one up. Apoc does take down Yam, though, because that's the 2nd time that's happened. And Lightning has, you know, struck twice. Apoc on the very aggressive angle at Trophy Room. Low peak, quick one tap by Apoc. And good work there, actually, because they would have never expected Apoc to be this aggressive in a 4v4. Frag grenade can be thrown in. Hazard with the M4 at CT vent. Do they have any Molotovs? They do. Because I say, Chiefs, if they get one more round on the board, they'll send Avant to an eco. As they're just checking tier lobby. No one's there, so you can probably confirm that they're all outside. Hugh, going through secret. Throws a Molotov towards stairs. One can be thrown as well, sorry, to double doors. Zeph going through mini. They might be going for a B side, A side execute. Hazard's been caught. Molotov's been thrown out to defense. Hazard's got to move. And Hazard wide peeks out. Apoc should have them line up. He's sneaking past. And he'll take out Vexite from behind. Now Zeph. Taken out. That's going to be a 7th round for Avant. Apoc, very good flank there. That's going to be a 7th round on the board for Avant. A lot of misinformation. Go type it out, okay? So you guys know the rules. Tech 9 rush coming in from the Chiefs. Dragonet's going to be thrown towards outers. A lot of utility being used by Avant. Expecting Chiefs to go outers. They might Tech 9 rush on ramp. And they're looking for the ramp defender. The ramp defender's already like turned down right here to Tech 9. A-Box with 1, but trade up by Zep. They might get the bomb plant down actually because no one's near B. Roll doors are open. Molotov's getting thrown towards double doors. Versa has to back out. He's going to find some other way to get into the site. Flashbang's going to be thrown in. Now Versa with the MP9 takes down Zep. And in the end, it's going to be 3 for 1. It's just Yam left over. Yam with a frag grenade and a dream. Gonna have to go elsewhere with the MP9. They're gonna get onto the bomb right away. Frag grenade getting thrown in. And off to takes down Yam. And Hassa will defuse this. A4 to Avant. Now, Valve's rule says that. Like, what I typed in chat is exactly what Valve's rules say. Now, if you're involved with a league, or production of a league, it happens, okay? 4 AKs and an AWP. 3 M4s and AK and AWP. Right, can I get me thrown in towards T-Vents? Does no damage, but surprised by that, given that Zeph is at T-Vents. Zeph takes down Versa. Backside takes down Off. There's one more player in T-Lobby and has to take out Zeph at T-Lobby. Rotate this APOC dud. Not to take out Yam. He's got Yam. Not if they know it or not, but Yam's stuck in this position. APOC should be able to take down Yam, and they know 3 players have gone down secret. Now they can come back up secret in the end. APOC tags up, being tagged up by Hugh. I wouldn't bother responding to Kobe because he's just trying to build a story where he's right. That's literally what he's trying to do. So anything he says is going to be, oh, what about this? What about this? What about if your monkey jumped through a hoop and did a somersault? That's literally his story at the moment. Hazza with the M4. You get 2 tap onto Vex side, but in the end, he only gets a 1 tap. Hazza breaks through into windows. Takes down APOC done. Misses a shot. And Hazza will be taken down by APOC done there. But he does a lot of damage to Vex side and APOC done. Which means leaves just Hugh with the full HP. Does take on APOC. And now they're going to go to a bomb site instead. Is Sterling ready for this? Sterling with the Tech 9 out. And I don't think he's going to realize it's going to be at the A bomb site. Vex site plants for Mini. Sterling just lurking around collecting nades. He's got a Molotov and a flashbang. It's going to be a 5th round for the Chiefs. Very close half of nukes so far. I don't think Sterling realizes that APOC done Vex are on very low HP, but I assume they've communicated that. It's going to be 5th round for the Chiefs. Pass score on nuke for Chiefs as well as a T sub being 5.
Terrorists win.
Four AKs and an AWP. 3 M4s and MP9 and an AWP as well for Avant v Chiefs. Well, it's not getting thrown towards HUD. Avant playing very, very aggressive actually. He takes a bit of damage from the nade, from a frag grenade out outers. They're playing very, very aggressive actually. APOC's burning at the moment. Likes to be thrown in. Trying to hold Squeak at the moment. Flashbang's gonna be thrown in. Oh, in the end, it's gonna be a beautiful execute by the Chiefs. All 3 players dead of Avant. And APOC died, hits his own teammate to get the opening pick. Versa with the MP9. Versa holding mini. Hasn't been having a great series so far, Versa. Hopefully he can 4 AKs, an AWP, 4 Deagles, and a FAMAS. Chiefs, you know, 987 is actually very good for Chiefs on Nuke. Fragonate's going to hit APOC Dud for a bit of damage. Hugh with an AK. Motos get thrown in towards Secret. Can they get this working here to Chiefs? The Chiefs get 7 here. It's realistically can win on Nuke. Off no. With a Deagle. Gotta get weapons here, Avant. Vic's like, I'm gonna throw a smoke over to smoke off Mini. Smoke towards Squeaky by Sterling. I wonder if they're aware, okay, they're aware now of how many players are outside. Sterling lurking through the smoke. They definitely hit that drop. Sterling takes down side at CP lobby. But trended out by APOC in the end. Hugh's been damaged heavily. Zeph at T-spawn, just waiting for a few players to push through T-lobby. But at the moment, no one's fighting. After holding Mini. Avant playing very well so far by not biting and trying to go for those flank plays. Normally, you know, a few teams, when they only have Deagles, stuff like that, they try to go for the flanking plays, try to go from, you know, behind, stuff like that. But Avant being very, very patient. Like, very, very patient. APOC done. Takes down Hazard. He tries to go towards Squeaky. Quick shot. Yeah, takes down Offnu. And they're going to go to that A-bomb. So, like, Mortos get thrown towards Evan. And APOC done takes down Verza as well. And I was just going to say, Verza's just not... is having one of those days where, like, he thinks of the good idea. And it's a good peak there. But, you know, just... Chiefs have already accounted for it. So he's just having a not so fun outing at the moment. APOC takes down Yam. They already know APOC's at Evan. Has to be 8-7 to Avant. I'm gonna say 7 rounds on the T side for the Chiefs on Nuke is very, very good. So Chiefs do have a bit of advantage here. I'm gonna say for Verza. Verza's having a very unlucky series. Very unlucky series on Nuke. He's been caught a few times. I mean, he was caught twice at Mini by APOC Dud. So overall, now checking the halftime score. And at the moment, Offnu is on 126 ADR for Avant. And the Chiefs, once again, they're all relatively the same. And Verza, well, I feel sorry for him. Okay, I'm probably going to give him like a big hug after this because he's not having the greatest of series, which is... it sucks. Avant. APOC was showing for a sec, I guess, when I was about to see. Well, to be fair, when you don't have, like, X-ray and stuff like that, when you can't see the outlines, like, you know, a shoulder peak could, you know, essentially be a part of the scenery on Nuke. Sometimes, like, sometimes. Nah, it's just Versa's like, you know, he's not a bad player. He's just having a very terrible series today. What is Avant even doing? Well, the Chiefs are playing a lot better on the T side of Nuke. Like, they're playing pretty well. Like, you know, the executes have been pretty stellar. Like, getting a free, you know, 3-for-1 deal for a trade. Avant just can't stop the Chiefs. It's been very, very close either way. Pistol round comes up. Big round here for Avant. If Avant can steal away pistols, they might have a chance. 3 flashes, frag grenade, a smoke and a molly on Avant. And 2 flashes and a kit on APOC Dud. Flashbang's gonna be thrown in. APOC. Crashes the ramp player. And APOC, Yam, good for 1. And, oh, it's gonna be a bloodbath at ramp, isn't it? And Yam, Vex, and Hugh all work together. Put A on the board for the Chiefs. Such a bloodbath at ramp. And just, you know, they read that play beautifully, the Chiefs. They read it beautifully. That they were going to go for a ramp hit. Nothing really Avant could do about that. This is a different situation from the Chiefs, where the Chiefs had AKs and Galils here. Now, instead of Avant, they forced up with Deagles, and that's it. But the Deagles could make a difference. But frag grenade can be thrown in. Will deal a bit of damage to Hazard. In fact, dealt the full damage. So great frag grenade from Zeph. Next, they're going to throw a smoke down at Squeaky. Now, Hazard are crawling around outside at the moment. They've got 2 smokes for the secret push. 1 deep by Hazard takes down APOC. There goes the scout. Now, Zef looking for the player at the T silo. He does find Virtus in the end, and takes down Virtus in the end. And he knows players are going through secret. He's aware of it. You're going to throw a quick smoke. Make sure they have to go for a smoke and take on Hugh. Vexite checking midi, making sure they're not wrapping around onto the A site, going to T-Vents instead. Now Zef checking outside, spots one, trying to get out secret. Spots one at Big Garage. Almost loses his head there, Yam. With the M4, they've got the scout out. And Indian's being pressured from the CT locker room. And well, Apoc leading towards Heaven, actually spotted a player as well. And Apoc trying to pressure the Zef, he's successful. And this is looking really good for Avant now. Now off there with a deal, going through midi. Because Hugh, unaware, but Hugh's able to survive. And now Hugh takes down the bomb, looks towards Heaven. He knows Hazard's around here, gets the USP out. Hazard with the deagle. 1v2. Hazard can do this. If he 1-digs Hugh, it's doable. But in the end, he spotted first. Hugh with the FAMAS gets a 3k. And definitely saves a round here for the Chiefs. M4 and M4 picked up. Good round by Hugh there. Saves the make sure the force buy isn't successful here. And well, Eco coming in for Avant. I'm gonna say Chiefs in control at the moment. Even though it's 9-8, Chiefs are in control. CT side, it's a lot easier. Molotov again, bit of a Molotov blunder. A few of these today actually. The Molotov hits the player in the back. Afterwards, Squeaky's hearing a lot of noise. Squeaky Doors is gone. Apoc taken out. Now, Apoc done with the Org. Versus with the P250. Takes down Apoc Dud. Can he make it happen here? Can this be Versus' moment? Versus tries to go for the trades. In an absolute demolishing trade to the Chiefs. 3-2 to the Chiefs. And Hugh takes down Hazard. Pick up the Org. And they keep the M4s. Versus getting so unlucky. To be fair, Versus almost did get a kill there. Like, Versus did a really good job there to get the initial pick. So give me a full buy from Avant, AKs, M4s, and an Org. And as you can see here, this gun round's looking more favourable to a Chiefs, because Chiefs have got a lot of nades usage here. Recognize going to be thrown in, does a bit of damage to Apoc. Apoc dud. Versing his alter ego Apoc. Hugh burning a bit on outers. And, well, Apoc has to retreat. He's getting absolutely outgunned here. Dragon going to be thrown in. Yeah, we do have Esports police, truly. Let's call my mods and they'll be escorting you out of the channel if you do anything naughty. Flashbang goes out, people flashbang to outside by Apoc Dud, but Hazard's just a 1-for-1 in the end. And Apoc Dud takes down Sterling. Versa pushing forward towards out as he spots the foot of Hugh, and Hugh goes down. Backside, and Heaven takes down Hazard. It makes it a 3v2. After Versa sneaking in for the wraparound. A lot of the Forbidden guys are in the chat at the moment, cheering for Versa. Wow, Apoc Dud gets rid of the bomb of Versa, but traded out by Ofto in the end. I did not know that, KK 5Ks, I'll call you. I did not know that, the D had a, instant fire rate. The more you know. After in a 1v2, Molotov getting thrown in Heaven. And after, well, the Molotov goes past him, actually. Molotov's getting thrown towards T-Vents. After checking under him, Yam is burning for a bit of damage. After checking Hut, jump peeking just above the bomb site. Gonna drop down. And they would have heard that bomb being planted. Fake plant. They're gonna double peek. Fake side. Takes out Ofto. Makes it 11 for the Chiefs. I love that smoke. So do I. I love that lobby smoke. It protects you from anyone aiming at Mini because they can't see you from Mini. I think Ofto did everything right in that 1v2. He did everything right there by checking all the angles. It's just, Chiefs are just waiting for Ofto to go for it. And, they just caught Ofto. Basically, Ofto looked towards Mini first, and the moment Ofto looked away from Mini, Vexite peeked. Ofto with a deagle. Flashbang gonna be thrown over. Apoc takes down Zef. Apoc done with the ore. He's just gonna grind all of them down in the end. The secret smokes aren't there, and Versa trying to go for the 1 dig in the dream. Actually tags up Apoc done there. Ofto gonna reload his dig. Versa gonna peek out. 1 dig's Apoc done, but he's almost traded right away. I don't think he expected Hugh and Vexite to be right there the moment he got that 1D onto Apoc dud. I think if you have a cam of like Virtus' screen, he's just gonna be in utter shock when he sees a double peek from Mini. He's gonna be in utter shock. He's gonna be like probably scared to see 2 CTs that close. And it's gonna be 4 AKs and a Galil. Frag gonna be thrown in. And Chiefs with a bit of advantage here on their CT. Looks the wrong directions and Zeph give him a 2 tap to the back of the head. Versa. Gonna creep in. Takes down Apoc dud. That's a good start. Versa has the bomb. Hughes in hut. Versa knows he's here. Hughes trying to go for the wall bang. And Versa in a 1v4. Gets the initial kill. Versa. Can he do this? This would be good for his confidence if he doesn't win a 1v4 here. Versa goes back into Owen's hut. Double P. They line up. Versa traded up by Zeph in the end. And Versa did pretty well there. I'm going to say, Versa's getting himself some good moments. You know, one of these is going to be doable. Like, if he gets that 1 tap, he's basically going to the hut right away. It's going to be 13-8 to the Chiefs. But either way, I think it might be a little bit too late. For Avant, potentially. Molotov's going to be thrown in. Frag grenade going to be thrown in. Smoke going to be thrown towards Squeaky as well. Man. Bro, you know there's ESEA, right? Just in case you're wondering. There is ESEA, okay? I love how it said there has to be some eSport police, and it's like, what is ESEA? Has to be the instant question, okay? 3 AKs, 2 Galils. Versus 2 AKs, an M4, an MP9, and an AWP. Thank you, Pairs, for that. I was going to redeem that as well. So soon he'll go, there has to be some investigation into this. The typical meme there. Flashbang going to be thrown in. If you guys don't get that joke, just Google, there has to be an investigation into this, and you'll see who it is. Fragment's going to be thrown towards ramp. They've already retreated from ramp. Molotov being thrown deep into CT lobby. Apoc dud can't do anything about it. And Apoc does catch Apoc lurking in Mini. And, well, there's going to have like 5 players looking towards him. Yeah, with the MP9 just immediately annihilated by Versa. Just not a chance. Smoke's going to be thrown towards Toxic. Zeph. Definitely heard someone drop. Versa's got to watch out. And Versa is taken out by Zeph in the end. And Zeph heard the bomb being planted at Toxic. Quick rotates come in. 1-for-1. Double doors have closed. Quick scope by Apoc done. Now just have the left. And he's going to be, well, basically pincered by Chiefs. It'll be 14 on the board for the Chiefs. That was a very good retake by the Chiefs. Like pretty much on the B bomb side. It was just like, you know, bang from double doors, bang from Toxic. Like the Avant players were just caught here and just had no chance. They had to peek both directions and try to hold it. And that's impossible to hold. They just got annihilated here and they got annihilated here. That's the timeout's been called. Like the Chiefs had already boxed all the Avant players in. And the Avant players couldn't even get to post plant. They were just essentially Swiss cheese. Being sprayed from both sides. So give me a timeout from Avant here, because Avant, well, this is a CT-sided map, and they are down 14-8. Okay? They're in a bit of trouble. Glocks being used for Avant, and I think Avant either getting ready for the secret smoke or they're calling a tech pause. Yeah, they're calling a tech. Okay, we're gonna have a round restart, most likely. Because there's been no action. So we're gonna have a round restart probably very shortly. Yep, we definitely have a round restart. Hughes just giving a leg shot to poor Vexite there. So obviously, not Sterling, sorry. I believe there's been a crash in the server, so I'm going to get a tech pause called. I'm going to get the game restarted very, very shortly. Just in case you guys are wondering, the player that disconnected was indeed APOC. So we're just waiting for the round to be over, and then we're going to get a reset. Just in case you guys are wondering. So yeah, guys, if you guys don't know about the resets and stuff like that of rounds, generally if the round is in action, there's no resets available. If the round's not in action, they call a tech pause before, they might get a round restart. But I'm very sure this will be restarted, the round. What happened? Basically, APOC DC before the round started. So we're going to have a round reset most likely. Tech pause is going to be put in now. So they're going to have the round to be restarted. Their score should reset to 14-8, just in case you guys are wondering. But it won't show in the scoreboard until afterwards. Just in case you guys are wondering. What's the third map? Mirage. Ideal CT side, indeed. They're having a very, very good CT side at the moment. I'm going pretty well. I think Chiefs might win this map, in my opinion. Chiefs should win Nuke. They're in a 14-8 position. I think Avant, if they realistically want to win this map, they have to get Chiefs caught in the cycle of going back-to-back buys and half buys. But the problem is that the Chiefs will have 2 buys. Like, you know, have this buy and the next buy as well, coming into it. I think the Chiefs are going to win this in the end. I think it's, they've got a big advantage here. They're at 13 out on Dust as well, but Dust isn't Nuke. That's the difference. Okay? Dust isn't Nuke. Nuke's heavily CT-sided. Dust is literally a coin flip on who wins or not. That's the main difference, is the map. It's like Avant didn't have a really good CT side on Nuke, and then they lose CT pistols. Because Dust 2, I can tell you guys now, Dust 2 is a coin flip, man. Dust 2 is a half CT, half T map. And Avant caught Chiefs in the cycle of buy, half buy, half buy, where Chiefs never really had much utility to work with, essentially. And Avant were able to just basically skip through. And Chiefs couldn't win any of those rounds, but they had less utility, but good weapons. And some great plays, of course, from Avant. Like, you guys got to realize that, you know, the T side, like the CT side economy is a kind of an issue at the moment. Like, it is a bit of an issue. And I feel that, you know, it does need to be resolved, the CT side economy. I feel like these days in the CT, like in CSGO, the way you play CT side and how many wins on CT side is going to matter quite a lot, as the T side is pretty cruisy, I'm going to say. Like, pretty cruisy. Again, yeah, it's going to be a tech pause because they're trying to reset the round. Just in case you guys are wondering, okay? Since Avant's called for probably a stop before any action begun, you can reset the round, basically. Just in case you guys are wondering about that. Am I going to be casting aggressive order on Riot games after this one finishes? Yes, I will be. Just in case you guys are wondering. Like, why they're pausing it. It's 14-8 or 15-8. It depends, okay? If it's accepted or declined, you know, I'm not terribly too sure what's going to happen. Like, if it's going to be declined, they're not going to get the round reset. But I think they will. Like, I think Chiefs are going to say, yeah, let the round to be reset. Just in case you guys are wondering. It will not show on the scoreboard. Just an FYI, it will not show on the scoreboard. Just remember that, guys, okay? OT right now. That would actually be very good for Avant to push this to OT, to be honest. Wait, what happened last round? APOC DC. Midway through last round. Not midway, but at the beginning of last round, APOC crashed or DC'd. So they're getting the round reset at the moment, just in case you guys are wondering. God damn it, Danny G. It'll be 14-8 when it begins. For a team to get 15-15 on Nuke, I'm going to say that's pretty impressive for Avant. I don't see Avant getting 7 rounds on the T side of Nuke when Chiefs are 14-8 up. Like, I don't see it. It's going to be pretty difficult for them to get there. Because it's like guys, like T side's really, really hard to win on Nuke. Like, it's really, really hard to win. And it'll probably take an extra effort for Avant to get themselves to 16-16. Or not 16-16, 15-15, sorry. At the head of last round, and they're trying to, you know, get the match back. I've only seen one game that's gone from 14-1 to 16-14 for the team that was won in EU Advanced. That's the only region that I've ever seen that happen by the OSO. Never have seen it happen in AUCS. Never ever seen it happen in AUCS. I've seen a 15-3 go to 15-19. Yes, I have seen that one, Danny G. But I've never seen a 14-1 go to 16-14 other than the EU region. On a CT half, 15-12, jeez. That's a really bad CT side then. Now say 15-8. It will be probably reverted in my opinion. On Inferno, okay, I was going to say, it can't be Nuke. Can't be Nuke, you can't do that on Nuke. T side on Nuke, I'm going to say. Oh, no, sorry, on Inferno. Ooh. Anyway, I think we're going to get a restart. Yeah, we're going to get a restart. So basically, they're going to reset everyone with what they've got. You're going to see a lot of deaths on screen. There we go. So the scoreboard will not change, by the way. The scoreboard will not change. It'll be 14-8. So we're resetting at 14-8, just in case you guys are wondering. I'm going to say, to be fair, Forbidden had been threatening to beat a big team for quite a while, okay? Like, Forbidden had been playing quite well on certain games. What happened, basically, the game's been match-medicked. So it should be 14-8 at the moment. But, you know, Forbidden have been threatening to beat some of the top teams for quite a while. They almost beat Paradox Forbidden, but just they fell down at the last hurdle. So I'm not totally too surprised that Forbidden made a comeback and won, because they've been threatening like to beat some teams. Like, Forbidden are probably a team that probably didn't deserve to be 4 wins, to be completely honest. They should have got a lot more wins on the board, I reckon, Forbidden. Like, if they're able to take their chances, they may have been not stuck in relegation. Like, they made a really big effort to try and dig themselves out, and in the end they were unsuccessful. But they did a very, very good job, in beating Mako there. By the way, the score is 14-8, just in case you guys are wondering. The top scoreboard will fix itself after this round. But anyways, AKs, Galils. This is 2 AKs, 2 M4s, and an AWP. And APOC smoking outside. Smoke's gonna be thrown in. Smoke will be thrown towards Secret. And they go for the Secret smoke, so it's smoking out everywhere. Molotovs and frag grenades can be thrown in. And off to go for a Molotov towards Vent. Fortunately, Hugh gets down to Vent just before. Smoke's going to be thrown by Hugh. It's going to be holding stairs. Guarding the edge of the smoke. Now, Avant have seen that smoke. Why not restart round? They have restarted the round, Foggers. It just doesn't show it in scoreboard. Okay? It's 14-8. Just in case you guys were wondering, it is 14-8. They restarted the round. It just doesn't show on the top scoreboard until afterwards. You'll see it when either Chiefs or Avant win the round. Smokes and flashes being thrown in. It's 14-8. Okay, 2 seconds. Hazard, he gets 2 kills there. God damn it. It's going to be 4v2 here. Advantage 2 Chiefs. After with the Galil. Gotta get happening here. At the moment though, Chiefs shut the door earlier. Yeah, I've already checked my DMs, Nubich. Verza. Then they go through Toxic, and they don't know if play as Catwalk or not. They take down Apoc done. But I think the Catwalk player of Yam will take down Verza on drop. Ofnu needs to make it happen here. Ofnu. Oh, he can get the bomb flying in front of double doors, but Zeph comes out from ramp with 15 on the board for Avant. For Chiefs, I mean. Nubich, I told you, I've read my DMs. I've already done it. 3 AKs, 2 Galils. 2 AKs, 2 M4s, and AWP. Next up with the AK peeking out towards Secret. Takes down Hazard. Flashback's gonna be thrown in. Caster is lying as 15-8. I told you it was 14-8, now it's 15-8 because they won. Oh my god. So he's gonna be thrown in towards CT locker room. Gonna be hard here for Avant. They're already a man down. Apoc dud going through T lobby. And you'll definitely know that they're outside. Okay, Samad, dude. Who knows about this more about this game? Me or you? The me person casting it. F on forklifts. Actually caught Apoc wrapping around to the CT lobby. And Apoc should be able to take down one player. Takes down Zeph at forklift. Apoc done takes down Ofnu. Why were the Rooster players banned? Because they were banned for betting related offences. It wasn't match fixing. They should be betting on the league and on their own team in the league. That's what they were banned for. Match fixing hasn't even been, like, you know, talked about yet. It's being investigated but hasn't been mentioned. Avant will get the bomb planted. Apoc Dud will stop it from being planted in front of Toxic. Molotov can be thrown in as well. 19 seconds. Avant need to get that bomb planted and eliminate all the Chiefs instead. Bomb might be planted here. In the end, Apoc's going to go down. And I think Chiefs will win the 16-8 in the end. This is going to be map number 3. Chiefs, all they have to do is just keep Sterling away. And make sure they don't die. And it's going to be 16-8. And Chiefs definitely going to like that there. Going to like that quite a bit. I'm going to say Chiefs expected to win Nuke there. Given that that's their map pick. And they played pretty well on it in the end. And as I said before, it's going to be close. But, you know, scoreline is always going to be 16-0, 16-7. So, you know, kind of like the last few matches been 16-7 to Chiefs, 16-8 to Avant. And, well, Chiefs very good on Nuke there. Especially on the CT side as well. I don't think Avant won a single T round, I believe. Yeah, it was 8-4 to 16-8. Yeah, it was. Just checking it. And I've got to say, you know, basically good T side by Chiefs towards the end, and then flawless CT side. It's a CT sided map. Ice, dude, read the article what you said, okay? 12 in a row on CT side Nuke? Not 12 in a row actually, but about 9 in a row. Kind of expected. Like, the Chiefs won CT side pistol, they beat the force buy, they built a bank, they kept Avant out of sights, most importantly. Kind of expected, to be honest. But anyways. Let's just see what the deciders are going to be here. Chiefs ban train to get Mirage as the decider. You know, I wouldn't say... Just checking the maps now. wouldn't say it's that bad. Weren't Chiefs the favourite for this map? Yeah, they were. Like people are like just molding, complaining for literally no reason, to be honest. Two seconds, guys. G'day, Dookie Matt. Hope you're having a good day so far. So basically, we're going to go to the next match, going to be Mirage. Go check the top ADR overall for this match on the ESEA website. And, you know, in the meantime, guys, I'm going to put you guys to a quick ad, and I'll come back with the analysis afterwards. Be right back, guys.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
G'day guys, welcome back to the ESEA Mountain Dew League. I'm Jose, I'll be a caster for today. And at the moment, I'm struggling to actually find the stats for this game at the moment. So I've been having a bit of fun trying to find the stats. I actually got the stats here now. So for Nuke overall, highest ADR was Vexite 102. Then it was Often on 96. And then Zeph on 95. And we're going to go to Mirage being the final map of this foray. And, you know, basically it's going to be 1-1 to each. Why did Order v forfeit yesterday against Avant? Because one of the players had a basically event that couldn't be rescheduled, that they had to go to in the end. And they couldn't reschedule the game. But Vexite played very well in that game. You know, Vexite played incredibly well. You know, I think a few bomb sites were opened up by Vexite, as well as Zeph as well. You know, a lot of bomb sites opened up by those two players in particularly. Now, Virtus actually was showing up on that CT side of Nuke. He's playing incredibly well, but in the end, when you go down when you're up 8-7 going to your T side and you don't win pistols, it's a bridge too far in my opinion. Focus Avant to, you know, really try to depend on their rifles quite a bit. And Vexite, well, he was able to ride over roughshot over most of Avant's riflers. And, well, we're going to get into the final map, which is going to be Mirage. And I'm going to say, I feel like, you know, it's another aimer map. And, you know, it's not a map where your utility and stuff will shine. It's another aimer map. And I'm not terribly too sure which team's going to have the better aim, because both teams have shown in Sparks and Spurts, and, you know, even in streaks as well, that they're able to, you know, string around 3 or 4 rounds together, you know, basically get a few one-taps here and there, and essentially annihilate, you know, teams as they enter the side and stuff like that. So I'm not totally too sure how it's going to end up, but there's a lot of ways that these teams, you know, have been finding their way into the map, especially on Dust 2 as well, where the Chiefs were up 13-8 at one point, and Avant were able to just find a way. Hazard just turned beast mode, Sterling was in there as well, Ofnu. Basically, there's like a whole bunch of players that, you know, essentially, and also APOC actually, APOC, you know, with 123 ADR, basically set up that Dust 2 win for Avant and that massive comeback for Avant and that 16-13 win. So, it's a 16-14, not 13, but, you know, we're going to get the game started very shortly. Very, very shortly. For the third and final map. And this one's going to be a doozy, I'm going to say. This one's going to be a bit of a doozy. As the winner will go to the grand final. And we'll have the map advantage. For the ESEA Mountain Dew League Australia final. So we're still waiting for Avant to get back in. After losing the previous map. Probably taking a quick break. The main reason I'm probably taking a quick break is before, you know, basically that last map Probably wasn't the kindest of last maps. They did lose 12 rounds in a row. And, you know, that's kind of a hard pill to swallow. Like a very, very hard pill to swallow there. Like, I won't blame them if they just sit there and just be like, okay, we're just going to take a deep breath. What a shot at the pistol. It is warm-ups though, so, you know. I'm not focusing too much on the games at the moment, or on the practice at the moment. Just really focusing on, like, the things I'm taking out of it, but I feel like, you know, Avant, probably going to take a deep breath, probably have a bit of chat amongst each other. And be like, you know, it's good, like, probably talking about, you know, that Virtus is probably getting back in the game. Like, probably talking what they're going to do with Mirage against the Chiefs. And I've got to say, you know, Virtus is really getting to the game now. Like, earlier on Dust 2, like, he didn't play that well at all, even though Avant did win. On Nuke, he was, like, slowly but surely getting into that game. So, I think you should watch out for Virtus on this map on Mirage. I reckon he's going to probably unleash. Solid specs? Yeah, they're pretty solid. They're probably pretty solid for about a computer built 2 to 3 years ago. It's probably a mid-tier computer now, this computer. Like, I could probably put the Intel 9 processor in. Might actually look at that, but money is an issue. Always an issue. Since I got my good old mortgage in my new place.
Counter-terrorists win.
I know it's super expensive. It is super expensive. You will drop 30? Okay. We're going to have knife round 2. We're going to have an actual knife round since no one picked this map. Welcome to the ESEA MDL League, map number 3 between Chiefs and Avant. I'm Jose, I'll be your caster today. After this, I'll be going to Order v Riot, just in case you guys are wondering. And I took my name off it because another caster was on it, but I'll be going to Order v Riot. I got the new place about a year ago, but, you know, this is a mortgage overall. You know, basically it's costing a bit more. And, you know, the stabbing commences, and in the end it should be, well, it should be a Chiefs win on knife round. It is. So Chiefs, most likely going to be the CT side. Oh. So going on to the things, the pistols between Chiefs and Avant. I wouldn't say this is a very important pistol round. Like, of course, pistols are very important, but compared to Nuke, it's not, you know, like, got to be be all and end all pretty much. So give me 2 flashes. And was a P250 thrown around? Okay, with early smoke on off no. Flashbang can be thrown in. Looking towards an A execute here. Chiefs have only got 1 player on the A bombs, which is Hugh at ticket. Apoc coming from short. Takes down Hazard from behind. Looking towards jungle. Behind one in front of default. Apoc might be peeked upon. Apoc takes down Zeph. And a double pick into Apoc. Apoc trades out, but in the end, Avant go 3 for 2 in trades. But okay, so we're going to stop talking about chips at the moment. For reasons. The game is on. So Vexite does have a kit. Vexite rotates over from the B bomb site. There's one at triple. I think Vexite spotted the elbow, I believe. Or was he not focusing on it? You know, don't worry. He probably communicated that to Yam. And Yam spotted 1 player in connector. Supposed to be thrown towards connector in the end. Yam picks up the Glock instead. They're going to get to the site quickly. Vexite being guarded. But Vexite will go down to Sterling and he'll secure the round for Avant. I don't think Yam can do much about this, as Ofnu is just trying to keep people close to sight. And in the end, Yam goes down to Ofnu, the first round for Avant. Is this map CT side or T side? This map is aim side. If you have better aim, you'll win the map. It's not a specific side because you don't need, well, you do need utility, of course, to get to the sides, but it's just standard aim. With 2 Deagles, 2 MP9s, and Scout on the Chiefs. They did get a few kills, hence they can buy up these SMGs. 2 Max 10s, a Galil, and 2 AKs on Avant. Apoc does the Scout. What's the leg? Does take up Sterling. With these 4 spy rounds, if the Scout gets at least 3 shots off, like 3 pure shots off, on any players, generally the team that 4 spot will win. Because the Deagles can handle anything else that pops up. Smoke's going to be thrown in towards Connector. I could have got the 1 dig there, besides not to. Holds his trigger for now. I don't think he expected 2 players to be at Connector. Often just making sure no one's flanking him through A main. Frag is going to be thrown in towards Connector. We'll do no damage actually. It does 1 hit point towards Hazard. And Hazard's going to give exchange of ideas. Now Sterling at top middle. Vexite taken out by Sterling. Now they might go up short instead. Smoke for Connector being thrown in. Hazard check short. Takes down Zeph. Molotov getting thrown towards Connector as well as they try to get onto this B bomb site. APOC Dud nails Sterling through the smoke. He's going to keep shooting up short until he's able to take someone down, but in the end, I don't think anyone else is there. And so it's going to be up to Yam here with the MP9. Yam almost converts it, but taken down by Hazard. And the bomb will be planted for short by Avant. Anyone from Melbourne? I'm from Perth. Now, I think they're going to save these, the MP9 and the Scout. APOC Dud tags up Ofnu again. Or tags up Ofnu. Has an Ofnu on very low HP here, so they've got to get out of the site. But we get a second round on the board against the Force Buy. But they've got to be careful though, because APOC Dud and Hugh still have weapons, you know. They're not going to force behind this, like most likely they won't force behind this. They have no kit as well to chase. So, this next eco, you know, gotta be a bit careful. Especially if they lose any AKs or weapons to the Chiefs. Avant get 2 rounds on the board. Nah, Benji, mate, it's over. Chief's gonna lose. Okay, it's over. Molotov getting thrown in. Just in case you guys are wondering, I am kidding, okay? APOC. AK coming in through Palace, takes down Humongous. There goes the MP9. Afternoon checking A main. Hazard takes out APOC. Now that's a Scout. All done and dusted. Scouts and MP9's gone. And Afternoon can farm a few extra jewelry dues here. Kobe on Vexite. Actually, no, the Mac 10 gets there first, and after farming up the Mac 10, gets 3 kills on the board. And it'll be 3 rounds to Avant, and the buy comes in from the Chiefs. I've got to say, I think maybe forcing up on the second round is a good thing for the CT side. As you see here, APOC Dud's got an AWP and 3 nades. Yam can AWP up as well, but he can't buy any nades. I think it might be the answer to force up on the second round as CT side. Given the fact I've got the double AWP set up, 3 M4s and 3 AKs and Galil and a Mac 10. Big round here for Chiefs, they need to win this. Given that they have so much investment here, APOC Dud, APOC takes down the Yam. Sorry, not APOC Dud. Flashbang goes out, APOC looks away. APOC Dud from Connector takes down Hazard. And it'll be 1 for 1. Now the Chiefs. Versa holding window. Will Vexite peek out here. The battle of the Vs. Vexite and Versa. That window. Now Vexite's going to throw a Molotov down. Versa might have to evacuate. Versa tries to go for the 2-tap. He misses it. And Versa throws the smoke down. Goes back out of unders. One is sandwich. APOC Dud. Going to go back towards Ticket. Going to APOC Dud stops the bomb from planting. That's 2v2. However, Zeph tries to peek in. Wallbang from APOC Dud. Bomb's going to be picked up by Ofnu. Dragonade thrown in. Quick flick by APOC Dud. APOC Dud takes down the bombs with 20 seconds to hold on. APOC Dud, he knows he's got a dink in towards Versa. And Versa will win that 1v1. Puts 4 on the board. Very important round for Avant. And they do beat the Chiefs on their superior buy. So they pick up an AWP out of all that, so they've got 4 AKs. Now the Chiefs, they've got a decision to make. They can probably put up a decent half buy into this. Flash is being thrown in. Vexite with the Deagle. Peeks out, almost 1 dig stealing there. Molotov being thrown in. Zeph with the CZ. Catches APOC with a quick 2-tap. And he might be able to get a gun here. Might be able to keep the gun, he doesn't, but a quick trade from Apoc done with this P250 takes down Hazard. That's the gun recovered, basically. Afternoon. Spots one at Tetris. Afternoon's got to back off, though. Dragonade being thrown in. Virza will catch Apoc Dud, unaware. Dragonade's going to be thrown in. Flash as well, making sure they're not flanking through A main. Dragonade throwing into A main. They suspected the players just push through A main here at this point. They won't be wrong, as Hugh has pushed through A main, but not as aggressively as they think he has. One man advantage to Chiefs. Flashbang going to be thrown in. And they're going to go up middle to recover some weapons. They know weapons are here. They know one weapon's at top middle, which have picked up the AK. So they've got 2 AKs out of that. Very audacious advance from the Chiefs, and it rewards them quite well. However, they've stacked the B bomb site. And Avant going straight towards A. Flashbang getting thrown over. Also to be thrown onto the A bomb site. And probably pretty easy here for Avant if they can secure the site. Apoc Dud just casually taps down to nothing, and they line up. It's pretty easy for Ofnu there. So Ofnu just cleans it up. 3k, Yam with the AK. Gonna just save this. No point really approaching with the AK here. Does a very good work by Ofnu. Cleans up CT. Then, you know, cleans up Ticket. Beautiful efficiency. Now Yam's gonna probably save that AK. He's already in TV room with it. Probably a good idea. Yeah, the fact you can just buy an AWP for a rifle round. That was better utility this round. Gotta say, at the moment, Avant are just killing it on the T side at the moment. Currently 5-0. Chiefs fans probably not liking this at the moment. You know, Avant are getting on top. I mean, there was Nuke earlier where, you know, it was 8-7, where Chiefs did make a bit of a comeback on the T side. Give me timeout from the Chiefs, most likely. No, Avant called the timeout. Did not expect that. Three M4s, an AK and an AWP. 4 AKs and an AWP on Avant. Avant, can they continue to slaughter? Here. There's a frag grenade towards top middle. We'll do a bit of damage to Apoc and Hazard. Molotov towards top middle as well. And Hugh's being spotted. However, he's got Vexite backing up. Vexite with pop flash. Does flash himself. Takes out Hazard at chair. Another flashbang's been thrown out. Vexite will get a second as well. Taking down Apoc in middle and AK recovered. That's a good start, but that's what the Chiefs needed. Zeph going to Apps. Holding Apps from short. Sterling looking towards Market. Will he spot Zeph trying to cross into Market? He does. And Zeph won't suspect a thing. Molotov's going to be thrown in. And then one player's just backed out of bench. Yam throwing a smoke grenade down. They were spotted Yam actually. Yam throws up a pop flash. And Versa, he's already aggressed at the angle already. He takes down Yam through the flash. That's going to be a 3v3. Versa making it count here. Taking down Vexite at bench. Now they need to get the bomb planted, but I don't know where the other players are. They need to hear some noise shortly. After going to go for the bomb plant. You will be able to deny this and give a bit of advantage to the Chiefs here. Nice speed thrown in. Q has spotted Sterling in Apps. Apoc has been spotted. Q, well, give you a 1-for-1 trade. Sterling going to drop it towards Van. Q's playing aggressive against the P250. Needs to hit the M4 in the body, cannot, and the P250 will win, and Sterling will get a 6th round for Avant. Great execute by Avant into the B bomb site. They get 6 on the board. You're probably not going to be too happy about that, losing to a P250. I didn't imagine Sterling using an AWP there. P250 much better. Frag-grenade can be thrown in towards top mid. He's only got 5-7s and deagles. Apoc Dud sneaking towards Palace. APOC looking on the A bomb site. One just behind reverse default. APOC takes one at headshot. Now he's going to get the one at default. That Palace takes down APOC. Does takes down Sterling. And APOC is just having a clinic at the moment. Just having a farm. 4 kills already. Off to coming through Palace. And they're going to be planting it into the A bomb site. Just Yam left over in jungle. Molotov thrown into his jungle. And I gotta say, Avant playing incredibly well on Mirage at the moment. And if that is true, they've lost 4 times on this map. They must have been practicing this map very hard. Or screwing this map very, very hard. Given, you know, the absolute demolishing Chiefs at the moment. AK's been picked up by Yam. I'm gonna save this one for next round. Yeah, just guarding window at the moment. Just guarding CT. He's not too sure where Versa is. Has up. Gonna pressure. We actually spots the foot of Yam and the barrel of Yam. And it'll be a 7th round on the board for Avant. Great T side for Avant so far. Chiefs, well, they've let a few rounds slip. But it's all been just one-way traffic for Avant at the moment. Just one-way traffic. And you know, well-deserved lead at the moment. Would this be another 8-7? I don't think so. I don't think so. APOC. And Vex are trying to work together here. Chiefs really trying to use their utility as much as they can. They're coming through Palace. And to Zep unaware, focusing on connector too much. Montaku thrown in, a flashbang thrown in towards Shadow. And Octo takes out Hugh as well at default. And Octo's actually going to be burning. Doesn't realize that APOC died. Holding Palace, trying to go for a pre-fire, trying to make it happen. Yam guiding across, takes down APOC. They don't smoke off connector. Smoke's going to be smoked off now. Vexite coming through Firebox. Taken out by Hazard though. Does take down Sterling. And Versa, he knows where Yam is. And Yam will be taken out at short, leaving just APOC Dud in a 1v3. No, APOC Dud is stairs and Hazard. It's going to be a 1-2 tap. The 8th round for Avant. This is looking like a slaughter at this point. Like, looking like a grade A slaughter for Avant. Chiefs with Deagles, P250s and a CZ. Zeph and APOC Dud. They do rush towards unders and they get no damage dealt. Often he does take down Hugh on the A bomb site. And, well, it's going to be annihilation here. Oh, Zeph does take down APOC. And AK secured, but I'm not sure if they're going to keep that. Given the fact that the Chiefs, or Avant, are being very aggressive. Most going to be thrown towards TV room. Sterling has been tagged up, actually. But Sterling should have this pretty handled easily. No, he doesn't. APOC does move the trade, keeps the AK. Traded out by Hazza from short. As this is going to do a little drive-by. We 9-0 to Avant. Bomb planted as well. It'll be a timeout from the Chiefs again, I believe. Because the Chiefs 9-0 down on Mirage. Getting absolutely annihilated. Few people throwing their toys around in their cot and chat. So cute. Where's Soju at? Soju is not in the Chiefs team anymore. Chiefs gonna win 6 rounds in a row, I'm gonna say, if they want a chance here. They've got the double up set up with APOC Dud and Yam. ZFX in Q with the M4s. 4 AKs and APOC Dud at short. He's got a gap in that smoke, so this is good for him. APOC Dud holding the angle, takes down the bomb in Hazard. Goes for the second shot. He thought he saw Sterling pass and he would be right. Vexite in balcony. Gonna check Tetris. What's up here throwing in? Vexite gets the opening pick. Takes down APOC, but he can't go back down to Shadow because Shadow has been mollied. And first. Nothing up. Chiefs got a hold at the moment. 5-3 up. Could be their first round. But Avant have pulled these back out before. They've pulled these out of, nowhere. Virtus and Octo creeping up. Trying to get these angles checked. They've got double warp. One holding apartments, one holding short. Watch us be framed by Sterling. They're trying to distract the AWPers. Yam does get the pick in the end. On balcony, Yam. Second pick as well, taking down Ofnu. And now they're holding short because they know Sterling's here. So giving those 2 apps. And that means this must be the middle player. And, well, Sterling coming through ladder room. Might be able to spook Zeph here. He does take down Zeph. And now APOC Dud coming in from behind. Puts the elbow. Sterling misses the shot. First round for the Chiefs. I know, JJ. JJ man, I know. Very, very salty. It's like literally PJ salt all over the chat. 4 AKs. There's an AWP, double AWP set up once again for the Chiefs. Avant do have a lot of money. So it'll be 3 straight buys. Often with the AK. Dragon Nade's going to be thrown towards unders. There's an APOC take a bit of damage here. This is all in the favor of Chiefs. Now it's only a few 1-taps on the board. Could, get a few players down. Smoke, it's going to be thrown towards window. Dragon Nade going to be thrown towards A main. APOC done with the AWP in Palace. I love how you guys make up absolute rubbish. Like, that's not even true, Water Rings, by the way. Not even true. As Vexite takes down APOC just outside ladder room. Ofnu. Takes down APOC done. A bit surprised to see Ofnu there. Dragon is going to be thrown into its A main. Like, half of you guys that whinge about this sort of crap, like, just watch like 2 matches a week and then don't know how to play CSGO. Like, let's be real. Ofnu lurking in Palace. Flashbang to be thrown over towards Connector. And Ofnu going to play in a Shadow Versus, taken out by Hugh. Traded out by Hugh, Ofnu almost trades out immediately. Vexite at ticket. Takes down Ofnu. Now Hazard's on the side, and Vexite's going to realise that. Vexite's going to waste no time taking down Hazard. And it'll be a second round for the Chiefs. I think if Hazard kept quiet, I don't think Vexite would have known that Hazard was on the side. So Chiefs get a second round on the board. Because Hazard like shot at the player towards Connector, and Vexite didn't believe anyone was there. Frag nade thrown in, bit of a faulty nade there from the Chiefs. No one's damaged in the end. Thrown towards top middle. However, there's no gap. The gap was ever so slight. I think they jumped over the gap in the end. I think they may know that APOC does here. They jump over the gap again. Flashbang's going to be thrown in. APOC. Taken out by Sterling. That was a nasty shot from top mid. I don't think APOC even saw Sterling there. Sterling will back out of window. Not window, top middle. Due to sleep, speaking common sense, very hard to these people, okay? 5v4 situation, Avant with the advantage. Vexite creeping through A main. Should be able to take down APOC. APOC wouldn't be expecting an A main push like this. Now Avant has our checks connector. Takes down Yam's double AWP taken away. Ofnu coming through power. Vexite doesn't know where to look. He looks the right direction, but Ofnu wins the duel. Flashbang's being thrown in. And one from A main. Hugh does take out Hazard. But Sterling will give him a little parting gift. And they'll pick up the bomb. And the bomb will be planted for most likely triple or default. Most likely default. Ofnu for Zeph trying to creep in through stairs. Give me 10th round for Avant. So 10-2. Avant get another one on the board, and Chiefs, well, they have another buy. Could be a timeout here. No, they're gonna go for a half buy instead. Not too sure, like, you know, they did have like they did have money to go for a buy, like some MP9 stuff like that. But, you know, I think they're probably wanting a full buy. Or Tokyo thrown in, Sterling. Looking through towards connector, feels the player is at connector. He didn't hear anything, but was just feeling that the player might be there given the smoke location. Flashbang can be thrown in, and Hazard going to put a lot of pressure on the players on the B side. And in the end, Yam and Zeph will just burn and go down. Apoc done with the D, takes down Verza. Bomb's been planted in apartments. And after on the tripwire angle, takes down Vexite. He knows another player's in market because they often okay. Takes down Apoc Dud as well at market. Now, Hugh, quick P250, and Sterling misses the shot, and Hugh able to take down Sterling, but can he recover this orb? That will be the next question. After he throws a flash out, Hugh didn't take up the orb in the end. After on the top middle, being tagged up in the end. After he gets 4K, puts 11 on the board for Avant. Jeez. I gotta say that was a nasty shot on Offner. Oh, from Offner actually, onto Apoc. Dud. Very, very nasty shot into market. Probably the shot of the day at the moment, that shot. Frag grenade can be thrown in towards kitchen. Does a bit of damage to Verza, Yam. Now Chiefs really need to get going here. Maybe 4 rounds can help him out. I'm not terribly too sure because Avant 11-2 lead is a bit insurmountable at this point. Verza has spotted a player going towards short to Zeph, I believe, but Verza's been taken out by Zeph. Apoc takes down Vexite, trying to make a rotate. Smokes to be thrown towards short. Zeph goes down to Hazard. Hugh with the trade takes down Apoc. Now Hugh gonna put a pop frag grenade towards short. And now it's going to be a 2v3 retake. Hugh's got an AK. I'm not sure if they're going to go for this or not. Apoc done trying to sneak in with the quick flick of the orb. Now it's going to be 3 defenders from Avant here. Hazard, can he find Apoc? He does, and well, that's going to be a 12th round for Avant here. Smoke's going to be thrown in towards Palace. AK being M4 being picked up by Sterling. Hugh hiding in A main. Not throwing a Molotov to A main. Hugh taken out by Sterling in the end. And it's going to be 3 AKs kept. 12-2. So Chiefs in a real big hole. Because, you know, they have the force buy here with M4s, MP9s, and FAMASs, and they have no AWPs, okay? They have no AWPs. But anyways, Vexite gets towards unders. Often, flash goes out. The T2 going down the middle. It has to be a slaughter in the middle. And often Verz will get 2 kills each. And Hazard, they just break into the A-bomb site, and that's not what you want. Bomb. It's got to be planted. Oh, by the way, NS, you don't want to do that because you get banned from promoting your stuff. You shouldn't be promoting in other people's channel. And that's what happens when you do that. And in the end, Apoc does take that off to. It'll be 13-2 to Avant. And that was a very poor CT side by the Chiefs. Very poor CT side. I gotta say, they won 2 rounds of the road, Chiefs. I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be getting a bit closer. But Opnu and a few others deal, you know, more daggers in the heart. And they kept stabbing, kept stopping. Like, great work by Avant there. Like, seriously, like, even though it was turning in the Chiefs' favour, you know, Opnu, Verza, Hazard, Apoc all kept digging, stealing as well. Great performance by Avant so far. Can they keep it on their CT side? That's the big question. No flashes, no kits, no smokes. P250 on Hugh. 3 flashes and 2 smokes to the Chiefs. Just in case you guys are wondering, I think they've played Mirage twice against each other, and Avant won both Mirages. I think no, they have not played Mirage against each other. Either way, APOC dud trying to lurk in through A main. They would have heard that, so often aware of it. That someone's at A main. Probably in this Kiwi accent saying that someone's at A main. Flashbang goes is 1 for 1. Now it's 2 for 1 to Avant. Sterling at triple. 1, 2. Takes down Yam. And the bomb's dropped the stairs. I don't think Sterling saw that though. And now Hugh making his way to Shadow. And in the end, Offno and Hugh traded places, by the way. And it'll be a 4. They're getting crushed at the moment. They're getting absolutely and utterly crushed. Let me just check a few stats, guys. Yeah, the last times they've played Mirage, okay. Avant have won Mirage twice. They beat the Chiefs in September 1917. They beat the Chiefs in June 16-4. So this is not very unusual that Avant are now winning 14-2. So not entirely unusual. Free Tech 9s, Sterling with an orb, spamming through the smoke. Does take out Yam and a few others. Does take down Yam in the end after spamming the entire round of the org. Now Zep with P250. They know Sterling's here. Sterling with the org. He's only able to get one in the end. And now it's 3v3 Versa on the A bench. He knows the players at jungle. And Vexite, oh, he can't get Vexite down in the end. Hugh with the Tech 9. He take down Versa. He's able to take down Versa. He's in the site. Offno takes down the bomb. Molotov getting thrown in towards A main. Now, APOC up the Tech 9 has been heavily tagged too. First, they're going to throw a smoke. And Hazard through the wallbang takes on APOC done. And Versa through the smoke takes down Hughes. It's going to be 15-2. And this still could be the end of the game here. Force fire coming in for the Chiefs. But we'll see what happens. Four FAMASs and Org. One AK and APOC done to 4 Deagles. Molotov getting thrown towards A main. Avant, well deserved. You know, Mirage, well deserved. Great T side. Followed up by a very, very good CT side at the moment. Dragoness can be thrown towards windows. Vexite does take down Versa. That's a good start. Ragnar can be thrown over. They're trying to go for the 1D, but he's taken out by Offno. Offno holding it triple, but he's traded out as well. Now, Avant have to rotate to the A bomb side. They've only got one defender, and that defender has no map control. Fortunately, Hazard creates an entrance, taking down Vexite. And Hugh, he's trying to peek out with Hazard with a quick 2-tap. Ragnar getting thrown towards Fire Ducks. APOC done annihilates Sterling. And now it's a 2v2. They do have an AK though. Still an APOC dud. APOC. Dud. Looking around. APOC making sure no one's on site. Same with Hazard as well. Flashbang being thrown up. APOC dud annihilated by a double peek. And Hazard going for the victory in 16-2. It'll be a 2-1 to Avant. And all I've got to say, you know, very, very well played by Avant on Mirage. They really put it to bed a lot early on Mirage, getting that crushing 13-2 half. And just Chiefs couldn't really respond. They lose the corresponding pistol round. And that's about it in the end. Like, you know, basically, you know, they lose the force buy as well. You can't recover from that. And that last round was very, very close, but it's just incredibly hard to recover. I think Avant would have got plenty of opportunities to close that match out, even if the Chiefs didn't lose that. And it's just for the Chiefs, unfortunately. They played so well on Nuke. Like, they played so well on Nuke, basically shut Avant out. And then they're just let down by that CT side on Mirage, where essentially Avant won 13-2. And that's a bit of a bummer. You know, it happens. It's a very, very massive bummer that it indeed happens. Anyways, guys, we're going to order the Riot Squad. I think they're partway through a map at the moment. But I'm not entirely too sure if I want to do this, considering there's another caster on it. So I'll probably throw a raid to that caster and have dinner. And do my own private stream afterwards. Because there's been another caster on it. Like, the only reason why I went on it was because I didn't think there's going to be another caster for Order and Riot. Just in case you guys are wondering. So, you know, I'll just throw you guys a raid to the caster casting order V Riot. And, you know, you guys can go there instead. And hope you guys have a wonderful day so far. I'd like to congratulate once again Avant for winning that. You know, 2v1 was a good win there. I gotta say overall, Virtus did get into the game there. Like, let's just go through the ADR before I just hop over to Josh's stream. I think the ADR in the end was often it was on 131 ADR. And as I said before, like Virtus did get back into the game, you know, 63 ADR. Virtus was mostly a B-side anchor anyway, so, you know, I'm gonna